Gemar Chatima Tova, Happy New Year, and Chag Sameach Bethel. In just a moment, we'll again be joined this morning by Rick Recht, Shira Klein, and Rabbi Josh Warshawski, who joined us on Rosh Hashanah. They'll again join us in Yom Kippur to add song and joy and celebration to these days of awe. But unlike Rosh Hashanah, which was truly a day of celebration, a day when we welcomed in the new year, Yom Kippur is different, and it feels a little bit different. Yom Kippur is a day of atonement, a day of saying that we're sorry for the mistakes that we made. So I want you to take a moment. I want all of us to close our eyes. I want all of us to think about one thing that we did this past year that we know we shouldn't have done. One thing we feel really bad about. Just say we're sorry. In our minds, say we're sorry to God. Just say we're sorry to ourselves. Because God's in each of us. We're all made in God's image. Part of our goal this upcoming year is to try to be better. We admit our mistakes out loud, and just a few moments later this morning, Rick, Shira, and Josh will lead us in the Ashamnu, the prayer where we lightly tap our chests and admit all of our mistakes together as a community. We don't do it to hurt ourselves. Instead, we do it to cause a spiritual awakening of our souls and of our hearts. To remind ourselves that now that we're in this new year, 5781, that we celebrated on Rosh Hashanah just a week ago, we have a chance and an opportunity to be better. Not to be better than him or her or them, because we don't compare ourselves to each other, but to be the better version, the best version of ourselves. To be better than we were last year. To strive to do better. To strive to be good. That's our goal on this Yom Kippur. When the world is hard and the world is tough, of course it's easy to make mistakes. It's easy to be mean. It's easy to be not nice sometimes. But our goal, friends, this year is for all of us to try to be better. For all of us to be the better version, the best version of ourselves. We say we're sorry for the mistakes that we made, and we promise our New Year's resolutions to each other that in the year to come, we'll be better. Without further ado, I turn it over again to our friends Rick Recht, Shira Klein, and Rabbi Josh Warshawski to kick us off with an opening song on this Yom Kippur. Chag Sameach.
Gemar Chatima Tova. In our Yom Kippur service today, we have the opportunity to return to our true selves. We have the opportunity to rediscover the love that we have for ourselves, the love that we have for others, and the connection that we have with God and the divine spark in each and every one of us. We return to love, we return to truth, we return to God. Let's sing together. We return, we return, we return, we return, we return, return again. We return, we return, we return, we return, we return, return again and again to love, to love, to love. We return again to love. We return, you sing. We return, we return, we return, we return, return again. We return, we return, we return, we return, we return, return again. again to truth, to truth, to truth, to truth. We return again to truth. Yada da 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 da, 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 yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da. We return, we return, we return, we return, we return, return again. We return, we return, we return, we return, we return, return again and again to you. To you. To you. We return again to you. Matovu is especially meaningful this year because Matovu teaches us that we can pray anywhere, that we can take a makom, a simple place, and make it a makom tefillah. This year is different because we are creating a makom tefillah in our homes. And it's extra special because families all over the world are doing the exact same thing with us, right here, right now. Matovu. Matovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu, you sing. Matovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Va'ani biro chastecha navo betecha Eshtachave el heichol kodshecha v'yiratecha. Matovu ohalecha Yaakov, Matovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael.
Ashrei yoshvei veitecha. This year in our homes, we really have a chance to look around and check what are all the things that make us so happy today. So I want you to do that right now. Look around your home. Look around and take in all of the things that bring a smile to your face. Oh, yeah, la 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 la, yeah, la 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 la, yeah, la 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 la, yeah, la 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 la. Ashrei Yoshvei, Ashrei Yoshvei B'techa, Ashrei Yoshvei B'techa, Od Yehalelucha Selah. Ashrei, Ashrei Yoshvei, Yoshvei, Ashrei Yoshvei, Ashrei Yoshvei B'techa, Ashrei Yoshvei B'techa, Od Yehalelucha Selah. Yeah, lai 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 lai, ay la 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 la, yeah la 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 la, yeah la 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 la, yeah la 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 la. I sing for you. I sing for what is holy and is true. I sing for all creation, for life and liberation, every day anew. Lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai. What do you sing for today? We can imagine that all of creation, every breath, every soul is singing. Kol hanshama tehallel, kol haneshama tehallel, hallelujah. Kol hanshama, sing it with me. Kol haneshama tehallel, tehallel, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kol hanshama, kol haneshama tehallel, hallelujah. Oh, kol haneshama tehallel, hallelujah. All right, open up. Let's get a big hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
When you've done something wrong, how do you go about apologizing to someone? It's not easy. It takes a lot of bravery and courage to admit that you've done something wrong and to go up to that person and apologize and ask for forgiveness. That's what we do on all the days leading up to Yom Kippur. That's what we're supposed to do whenever we can think about it, whenever we've done someone wrong, but especially at this time of year. We find ways to make amends, both to the people that we've done wrong and also to God. In this moment, we call out HaMelech again, There are only 3 days during the year when we say these words out loud, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. We call God by a name. When you go up and you apologize to someone, you talk to them face to face. You can't hide away. And so we aren't always ready to be in that moment. So we sing out a nigun, we sing a melody beforehand, just like with Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, when we take 3 steps back and then we take 3 steps forward when we've built up the courage. The same way here, we sing this nigun and build up the courage to approach someone to say we're sorry. That's what we do when we call each other for Baruch Hu as well. We make ourselves ready to be in this moment together. So we're going to sing this melody and allow ourselves to enter into Hamelech, into this moment where we ask for forgiveness, where we talk face to face with God and with the people around us. To those we care about, we say we're sorry, and we strive to be better tomorrow and all the days that come after it. Ay, 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 ay. 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 Hamelech Yoshev. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 al kisei Rama v'nisa, Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach, Baruch Adonai hamevorach. Ay, 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 Leolam Evaed. And even on a day that's so serious like Yom Kippur, we allow ourselves to look around at the world around us and notice the amazing things in it. We can still sing out, sing in celebration, say these words, Ma Rabu Ma'asecha. How amazing it is that even with the broken people that we are, even though we make mistakes, we have this amazing world that we get to take advantage of. We strive to be better for it every single day. Sing along with me. Marabu. 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 Ma'asecha Adonai. Marabu. 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 Ma'asecha Adonai. Kulam bechokma asita. Kulam bechokma asita. Kulam bechokma asita. Marabu. From the beginning. Marabu. Marabu. Marabu, Ma'asecha Adonai, just like that. Marabu, 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 Ma'asecha Adonai. Kulam bechokma asita. Kulam bechokma asita. Kulam bechokma asita. Marabu. One more time together. Marabu. 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 Ma'asecha Adonai. When we sing the Shema, we're asking God to listen. And we're asking all the people of Israel to listen. Shema Yisrael, hear, O Israel. Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. The Lord our God, the Lord is one. But especially on Yom Kippur, we want to make sure that we're also the ones who are doing the listening. We want to make sure that we're listening better this year than we ever before. We want to make sure that we're loving more than we were before. How can we listen? How can we love? How can we teach? How can the ways in which we walk in the world be better every single day? We'll cover our eyes together as we say the Shema, and then open them up. We'll try the hand motions for the Ve'ahavta together. It goes like this. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malachuto Leolam Vaed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim haele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha vedibarta bam veshivtecha beveitecha uvelechtecha vaderech uveshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot beineinecha Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha.
When we sing the words of Mi Chamocha, we think about ourselves as if we were personally, actually, the slaves, our ancestors, who escaped from slavery in Egypt. Like not just on Passover, but every day. Between Shema and Amidah, when we sing Mi Chamocha, we think about Moses and Miriam and the children of Israel, these real human beings, as they cross the sea towards freedom. I invite you to close your eyes as we sing these words together and think about what that must have felt like. Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai Mi Chamocha Nedar B'Kodesh. You try that. Mi Chamocha. Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai Mi Chamocha Nedar B'Kodesh. Nora Tehilot. Nora Tehilot Osef Eleh. Nora Tehilot Osef Eleh. Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai Mi Chamocha Mi Chamocha Nedar B'Kodesh. The Amidah is like a staircase of 19 blessings, originally 18, the Shmona Esrei. And according to the Talmud, the Shmona Esrei are like the bones in our spine, the spine of the Jewish people. I'd like to invite you to think about your personal staircase, about your blessings, to think about what's important to you, and to think about how you might reach the top of your personal staircase in this coming year. Think about your blessings, the blessings of your home, food, your friends, and family. I invite you to straighten your spine and get ready to build your staircase of blessings. We sing together. Amararai, 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 Adonai sefatai tiftach Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach. Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Amarai, 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 yadaida. Amarai, 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 yadaida. Adonai sefatai tiftach. Ufi yagid tehilatecha. 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 We remember. Zochreinu, Zochreinu, Zochreinu l'chaim. Melech, Melech, chafetz l'chaim. V'chodvenu, V'chodvenu, Sefer HaChaim. V'chodvenu, V'chodvenu, Sefer HaChaim. We continue in silent prayer and meditation. We sing the words of Avinu Malkeinu, knowing that God is with us here today, present with us, guiding us, protecting us, and on this Yom Kippur, listening to our prayers. Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu va'anenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu va'anenu. Ki ein banu masim, aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed, v'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu va'anenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu va'anenu. Ki ein banu ma'asim. The Torah teaches us, Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, the way to peace is to love your fellow neighbor as you would love yourself, and to love yourself as you would love others. This is the ultimate way that we find peace. עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. ואמרו, you sing. ואמרו, אמן. עושה שלום במרומה. Please join. עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. ואמרו אמן. אמן.
אדוני אל רחום וחנון, ערך אפיים וחסד ואמת, נוצר חסד לאלפים, נושא עוון ופשע וחטא ונקה. אדוני אל רחום וחנון, ערך אפיים וחסד ואמת, נוצר חסד לאלפים, נושא עוון ופשע וחטא ונקה. אדוני אל רחום וחנון, ערך אפיים וחסד ואמת, נוצר חסד לאלפים, נושא עוון ופשע וחטא
Come close, everyone. Come close for today's story. It's a story about us. It's a story about my friend Jonah. Now, you might remember Jonah. He's the guy that found himself in the belly of the whale. Well, this is the story of Jonah and the whale, or, Jonah on the playground, or maybe Jonah in the boardroom. So anyway, Jonah told me what happened to him. He was sitting in his house one day when he got a message, a major notification from Yahweh. I'm talking about the Lord. Well, at least that was his handle back then. That may change by the end of this story, but I digress. So there he is. He's in his house, and he gets this message that says, get up, leave your comfy couch, go to the big city, speak speak and spread a powerful message that will probably not fall on the easiest of ears. Something like, "Stop destroying the planet!" Or something like, "There are children starving and you are throwing your food away. Stop it!" Or maybe something like, "Time's up. White male privilege is over." Are you talking to me? Me? Jonah looked down at himself. This wasn't exactly his wheelhouse. I mean, he wasn't really a front lines kind of guy. I mean, he wasn't an activist. He didn't go to the rallies. He didn't post about it. I mean, Jonah tried to avoid politics for the most part. I mean, it just didn't seem worth it, and people get so angry about it. I mean, what am I supposed to believe anyways? I don't know. No thanks. Maybe another time. Well, you may know this part of the story, but that tactic didn't quite work because, it was the Lord calling and all. So Jonah kept getting these messages from God every which way he turned, and it just finally freaked him out, so he just ran for it. He ran to the dock. He jumped on the first boat out of town. He climbed down below deck to his little room. He crawled under the covers. He covered his head with his pillow, and he went to sleep. That's a lot of action for somebody who doesn't like actions. I don't know. Maybe he was scared. I mean, I wonder what it was in his past that caused him to just crawl under those covers. Well, you may know this part of the story too, but that tactic didn't last very long either, because suddenly, right in his face, "Wake up! Wake up, Ben Adam! What are you doing sleeping when the ship is sinking?" cried the captain of the ship. Well, that definitely got Jonah back up, but completely confused about what he was supposed to do next. He elected to jump into the stormy waters rather than going back to the shore to do this work. And that, believe it or not, is where he met the whale. And he was swallowed up. For 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah sat in the belly of the whale. He sat. He listened. He cried. He reckoned. He reset. In the darkest place. And Jonah did find his voice. He found himself. I mean, not just himself, but he found the greater world filled with Bnei Adam, people who are similar and different to him. But he was literally forced to the darkest places just to see what he didn't want to see. And if this had happened to you, I wonder how you would have handled it. And if you would have told me a story like, "There I was sitting in my house when I realized the world wasn't balanced and I needed to wake up and lend my voice to injustice and healing. And I went out and I said," I learned a lot from my friend Jonah. I learned what it is to be brave and to use my voice. And I know that I will learn a lot from you too. I would love to hear your story. And your story will only be told by you. A good story opens the heart. And it's a perfect time to send out prayers of healing, healing of the planet, healing of our communities, and healing for ourselves. So lend your voice to this simple call, Elna Rafana La, heal us now.
Elna Rafana La, Rafana La no.
Elna.
Elna Rafana La, Rafana La no.
Sing after me.
Dear God of our ancestors, help us renew our faith. Grant us a perfect healing. Bring peace to all our days. Restore our strength of body. Help clarify our mind. Refresh our tired spirit. Rejuvenate our light. El na rifana lanu. El na rifana lanu.
In the Musaf service on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, right in the very beginning of our repetition of the Amidah, we say these words, Berosh Hashanah yikatevun, uveyom tzom Kippur yechatemun. On Rosh Hashanah, it's written down, and on Yom Kippur, it's sealed. All the hopes, all the wishes, all the dreams, all the ways we want to make ourselves better this next year, we think about them, we mark them down on Rosh Hashanah, but by Yom Kippur, it's sealed. We find a way to mark it in ink, to sign it, to make sure that this is the way, this is the direction that we're going to lead ourselves. So even though we say these same words again, 10 days later, we hope that we are different when we say them. The words might be the same, but we hopefully will have changed. We'll say these words together, we'll sing them out. Berosh Hashanah yikatevun, uveyom tzom Kippur yechatemun. 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 How can we allow ourselves to be changed by the words, even though the words stay the same? We'll bow for Aleinu, we'll make a full prostration just like we did on Rosh Hashanah. And when we get all the way to the ground, we'll think about how are the ways that we're going to allow our bodies to change this year. We're going to move forward and motivate ourselves both physically and mentally and emotionally to be the best version of ourselves this year. Aleinu l'shabech, it's up to us. V'hashevota, we'll sing after that. We'll return. We'll return to the best version of ourselves we were in the beginning, before we made those mistakes. And when we make mistakes, we learn from them. We can be even better before we return, but we return changed. Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגוי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. והשב אותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים. והשב אותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים. אין עוד מלבדו, אין עוד אפס זולתו, 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 אין עוד מלבדו, אין עוד Lato Echad Adonai Echad Echad Ushemo Echad. Try Echad with me. Echad Echad Adonai Echad Echad Ushemo Echad. On Yom Kippur, we take the time to list a lot of our mistakes, to think about one by one all the ways when we have missed the mark, when we haven't done exactly the right thing that we might have done, that we should have done. And when we do that, sometimes we list out mistakes in our machzor that we might not have done. We might not have made those mistakes, but we remember them just in case we're able to come together and apologize and unite with our whole community. We are also responsible for each other, for the ways in which we help each other behave, for the ways in which we help each other be the best versions of ourselves. So we sing Ashamnu, and it goes through all the letters of the Aleph Bet, one by one, every single letter. And just in case we might have forgotten something, since we have said all the letters, sometimes they can formulate themselves into the words that we mean to say, into the mistakes that are buried in our heart, into the ways in which that we can change. And just like the letters can form those mistakes, those letters can rewrite themselves and arrange into the best versions of ourselves as well. We allow the letters to lead us, to guide us, as we become a new version of ourselves, the best version this year. We'll sing Ashamnu together. And each time we'll beat our heart. We'll remember that this might have been something that we might have done, and we can be better next time. Ay, 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 ay. Repeat after me. Ashamnu, Ashamnu, Bagadnu, Bagadnu, Gazalnu, Gazalnu, Dibarnu Dofi. Ay, 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 ay. Hevinu, Hevinu, Vehir Shanu, Vehir Shanu, Zadnu, Zadnu, Chamasnu, Chamasnu, Tafalnu Sheker, Tafalnu Sheker. Ay, 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 ay. Yatsnura, Yatsnura, Kizavnu, Kizavnu, Latsnu, Latsnu, Maradnu, Maradnu, Niatsnu, Niatsnu, Sararnu, Sararnu, Avinu, Avinu, Pashanu, Pashanu, Tsararnu, Tsararnu, Kishinu Oref, Kishinu Oref. Ay, 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 ay. Rashanu, Rashanu, Shichatnu, Shichatnu, Tiavnu, Tiavnu, Tainu, Tainu, Titanu, Titanu. Ay, 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 ay. Are there any other mistakes? Anything else you want to add right here? Now's the moment. And we tap on our heart. We don't hit it too hard. We're not trying to hurt ourselves. We're just trying to wake ourselves up, remind ourselves of the ways that we can do better next year.
Yasher Koach to Rabbi Josh Warshawski, to Shira Klein and Rick Recht for leading us in a beautiful service. Toda Rabah, thank you very much. On this Yom Kippur, I wish you all a Gemar Chatima Tova. Those words mean, may you be sealed for goodness in the year to come. We ask God that we be sealed in the book of life in the new year 5781. And that's our hope and prayer today, that our new year be filled with life, with goodness, with good health for us and for our loved ones. But we don't really know what the new year will bring, of course. We stand here with optimism and hope, but also with uncertainty. All we can know for sure is that we'll enter the new year together. We'll enter with our families, with our community, and we stand together as one Bethel community and as one Jewish people as we enter the new year. And we'll do so with courage and with hope, and we'll face whatever comes our way. So happy 5781, Gemar Chatima Tova. May all of your hopes, all of your prayers be answered for a year of goodness and of life. And we'll conclude our family service today with the words of the Mourner's Kaddish. And I invite you, if you're thinking of a loved one whom you've lost, to join me in those words. Yit Gadal v'yit Gadash Shemei Rabbah. Amen. Be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam Olamei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal. Shemei dekudasha brichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. The memories of our loved ones will forever be a blessing. Gemar Tov.
We conclude our service with the words of Adon Olam, words of praise for God. In these times that can feel uncertain and challenging, we still praise God, knowing that in our hearts we have nothing to fear. Ay, yadarai, yadarai, yadarai. Ay, yadarai, yadarai, yadarai. Ay, yadarai, 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 yadarai. Yadarai, yadarai. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'ed Nasa B'chefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Azai Melech Shemo Nikra V'achare kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu oveh v'hu yiyeh b'tifara biyado afkin ruchi B'yeti shal ve'ayira V'im ruchi k'vi'ati Adonai li ve'lo ira Adonai li ve'lo ira Ay, yanarai, yanarai, yanarai Na yadarai, yadarai, yadarai. Na yadarai, 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 yadarai. Yadarai, yadarai, yadarai. Gemar Chatima Tova.